How many times did you find yourself with paralysis of analysis in your life? So today we are going to speak about how becoming a decisive person will also make you a happier person. My name is Rubens, and in this channel I share the things I learned in the journey to becoming my best self. So if you'd like, please subscribe. So this morning I received a video and a few pictures of my beloved friend Mateo in Thailand, living his best life. And it was especially good for me to see him happy that way, because just a month ago I was with him in London and we were talking about how he was struggling to decide what would be the next step in his life. And I remember we stayed together for 15 days. I stayed at his place while I was in London. And I tried to help him to take a decision, to make a decision. Because he literally didn't know if he would remain in London, if he would move back to Naples, or if he would travel the world. He literally was stuck on paralysis of analysis. And I got to him and said, Mateo, please, just eliminate one option. You need to do it. You cannot keep like 3 options. It's too hard to decide. Eliminate one, then you decide between one or another. 2 options is fine. 3 options is too much. Just eliminate one. And bro, I can't, bro. I need to see what's gonna happen with my work or this. I said, no. Take your decision and then you go and you realize what's gonna happen to your work. Because making the wrong decision is still better than remaining on paralysis of analysis. Put this in your head once and for all. Making the wrong decision is still better than remaining in doubt. Don't forget that. It's much faster to fix a wrong decision than remaining in doubt. You might not realize that, but people might remain in doubt for years. They might remain thinking and processing, trying to processing and try to figure it out what's the right decision for them for years. And fixing a bad decision may take you a couple weeks or something like that. So never remain in doubt. Be decisive. Is always going to be better. In the end of the day, my friend Mateo decided he wouldn't stay in London anymore. So I asked him to commit to his decision. And how? Well, his flat, he was about to give back the keys of his flat and go into a new flat. I say, you need to call the landlord of the new flat and tell him you are not taking the flat anymore. And no, bro, but I can't do that. I need it as an option. Well, if you still want it as an option, you haven't decided that you are not going to stay in London. And he stopped and thinking, and he'd tell me, yeah, you are right. I need to commit to my decision. If I'm not going to stay in London, why do I need it as an option? And he called the landlord and said, look, I'm not getting the deal anymore. I'm not going to remain in London. I will leave. And the landlord said, okay, that's all right. Thank you. And that's it. Immediately, he dropped a tear because he was so alleviated. He was so relieved because he took all that weight from his shoulders. Now he only had 2 options. It was so much easier, but he eliminated one option that was clearly the worst for him. He didn't want to remain in London anymore. He was just powerless to take a decision, but once he claimed back the power and took the decision anyway, he felt good. And then, in the end of the day, he decided that he would merge the other 2 options that he had. Instead of just traveling around for a long, long time, he would travel around the world for 2 months and then come back to Naples. And that's what he's doing at the moment. He's living his best life in Thailand, and Naples is waiting for him for the new year. I never seen him so happy. So that's amazing. You need to take decisions. Nowadays, we have too many options. Start cutting down your options to the minimum amount possible, which generally is 2. So when start cutting your options until you only have two options available. It's so much easier to make decisions when you have only two options available for you. Try to not put too many options, or you are going to stumble in the paradox of choice. And the paradox of choice is that the more options you have, the more depressive you become. So cut down your options to the minimum, which are two. Grab these two options and make a decision. Making the wrong decision is still better for you than remaining on the paralysis of analysis. People don't realize that, but sometimes you can spend years of your life trying to decide in the paralysis of analysis, which is much more harmful to you than just taking the wrong decision in the first place and then fixing it. Be decisive. It's a skill. You can learn it. You can learn how to be decisive. You just need to practice. Start small and start deciding things, like the flavor of your ice cream that you sometimes take like 5 minutes to decide. Just decide it. And if you don't like it, yeah, you lost like $2 or $5 or £3, but who cares? Just be decisive. It's not a big deal in life. Almost always you can come back and fix what you have done. Of course, don't decide to kill someone or make something stupid like that, but I'm saying things about your life when you have options. Just take the decision straight away. Be more decisive and you are going to be happier. And now I have an exercise for you. What in your life are you procrastinating to take a decision at this very moment? Perhaps are you in a relationship that you're not happy at all? Well, you need to decide. You either go and invest in this relationship with real power. You say to yourself, no, I'm going to change it. Or you just leave this relationship. Are you thinking perhaps of changing jobs, but you are not sure if you can find a job as good as yours, or if you're gonna be able to start your own business and make money enough to support yourself? Well, make a decision. Just that, make a decision. Don't stay on paralysis of analysis, because the doubt, when you remain in doubt, everything you know is fear. The only reason you are in doubt, you don't make a decision, is because you are afraid of you are going to lose the little you have. And by being afraid you are going to lose the little you have, you literally have nothing at the moment, because you are not enjoying the little you have, because you are all the time anxious. You are anxious and afraid and living a miserable life just to hold on to that little piece that you have. Is it worth it? No. The wrong decision is better for you than living this miserable life you are living at the moment if you are stuck on paralysis of analysis. Because if you are, all that you know is anxiety and fear. And the wrong decision, I guarantee you, is better than that. And that's it, guys. That's the video for today. And when you wake up tomorrow, remember, it's not too late to take action. See you guys.